blah, 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 blah. You know that Charlie Brown teacher noise? That is exactly what we're talking about today. When you're in a conversation and somebody just keeps yapping and yapping and you want to end the conversation. Or you just want to end the conversation in general because you got other things to attend to. Well, here are 2 ways that you can end a conversation respectfully to be able to save yourself time, to save the other person their time, and to be able to get to what you need to attend to. Now, the first way is a direct way. And it might not be as respectful, but there's a way that you can come across being direct, suggesting that you have to go. And by suggesting that you have to go, that naturally elicits the idea that you want to end the conversation. Now, how do we do that? It's almost like a compliment sandwich, a positive note, and then the conclusion. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you're having a conversation and there happens to be a gap that you can fill. Well, then this is what you can say. Look, this is awesome that we have so many interests, but I do have to go to blank, or I do have this to attend to. Let's pick it up another time. Let's talk about it another time. And even though they might not have finished their original idea, this is a respectful way of saying that you gotta go, you were engaged, you were listening, and we can pick it up another time. So that ends the conversation there. Now, what you can do as well is, of course, there's so many different ways that you can do this. But instead of saying we had all these interests, you can summarize or talk about the things that you really resonated with, and then suggest that you have to, cut early or you have to go. And by doing that, that's another creative way to be direct with you having no more time and needing to leave. Now that leads us into our second method, and it is being indirect. Now, when you think about it, it does sound a little bit direct, but it is indirect. And here's what I mean. This is where you, again, leading up to a conclusion and summarizing yourself, where you're saying, okay, I got one more question I want to ask you before I actually have to get going. I got this to do. And then you ask their question, and then you listen, and then you can say goodbye. Now, the iffy thing here, whether you want to use a direct or indirect, is that the indirect, you might not know when you can leave, time-wise. You don't know how long their response is going to be. But it can set you up for the time where you actually do have to go. So if you know that you have a few more minutes left that you really got to start going, and you have that room to ask a question, just input. I would love to ask you this final question before I start going. Now, if you do need to go right away, you can always interject with a direct response. But those are 2 different ways that you can end a conversation respectfully and be able to go your way. That's it, guys. I appreciate you for making it this far. And if you want more videos like this, press the subscribe button. And if you have any ideas or concepts that you want me to cover, utilize that comment section down below. Again, appreciate it. Take care. Bye now.